Will Bryan Kohberger's alibi be part of his defense strategy? Well, the defense team is asking for more time to decide. I feel like the obvious alibi would be sleeping in his apartment, alone. However, that's not going to fly, according to the details in the probable cause affidavit. How's Bryan Kohberger going to explain the following? Turning his phone off about 2:47 that morning, and then back on after it suggested the killings took place. How's he going to explain that? It's an odd thing to do if you are just sleeping at home. Makes no sense. To add to this, just before the phone went off, it used coverage consistent with leaving Bryan's apartment and heading south through Pullman, Washington. After the killings, the phone was turned back on at 4:48, and by that time the phone was already traveling back to Bryan Kohberger's residence. That's going to be a tough one to explain. I believe they have their guy, but whether he did this all alone, I'm still not convinced. It's definitely possible though. He might have thought he was way smarter than police, and by turning off his phone while he was in the area, would make it impossible to trace him. Bryan also traveled back to the King Road residence at about 9 o'clock, hours after the killings. Maybe it was at this time he realized his knife sheath had been left behind. Or maybe he wanted to check if the house was swarming with police, which we know it was not.